Well, hi there. Warm welcome. You watching Times Now's Blueprint Explosive Exclusive, and I'm Meghna Deka. Lots lined up for you in this bulletin, but today we ask you some basic questions. Well, there have been chants of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, which has resonated across the nation. Then there are, of course, other open declarations which are coming in. Ladki hu, lad sakti hu. But let's look at the dark underbelly of a 21st century progressive India, still shackled by the medieval mindset of regression. It's bad enough that the society still stigmatizes rape victims, but what if their last hope for justice gets crushed by the burden of misogyny? What if even courts turn against the rape victims? Watch these observations which have been made by the Honorable Allahabad High Court in a rape case. In fact, this is what the judge has said. He insinuated that the victim's action somehow provoked the crime, that shifting the onus away from the perpetrator with this judgment. These are the observations coming in. The High Court has further observed that the victim herself was responsible for this act, and now that this statement has further fueled the victim-blaming narrative, implying that the survivor somehow played a role in the assault herself. Talking of morality, the court has also questioned the victim's awareness of the situation that she was in. In fact, as per the victim's version, let's tell you that as well. The victim in the court has told the judge that along with some female friends, she had gone to a bar in Delhi where she met the accused, that they had consumed alcohol in the bar, due to which she became intoxicated. This is what the High Court says. That, of course, is what the victim has said. She went on to say that the accused kept on insisting that she should accompany him to his house. She finally agreed to go with him to take some rest. Her submission said this. However, she further alleged that the accused touched her inappropriately on the way. Instead of taking her to his residence in Noida, as she had expected that he would, he took her to his relative's flat in Gurgaon, where he allegedly raped her. Well, this is what the victim has said. So, the viewers, when will this victim blaming end? Because this, remember, is not the first time when you've had victim shaming. This is not the first time that you have someone like the Allahabad High Court in today's instance who've come out and said that she was asking for it. That's what the court had said. But remember, in March 2025, a British woman was raped by a man she befriended on social media. Did she ask for it? In April 2025, a 19-year-old woman was allegedly gang raped by 23 people over 6 days. Can we say she asked for it? Last year, a horrific rape case was reported from Kolkata, where a 31-year-old trainee doctor was raped and murdered in Arjikor. Did she also ask for it? In Mumbai, a 35-year-old woman was raped by a man who sought sexual favors from the survivor, and when she refused, he raped her. She didn't ask for it. And should we even be right in blaming her? As we were just telling you, this is unfortunately not a one-off incident where the Allahabad High Court has given such a verdict, where the victim is being told that she asked for it. This controversial bail order comes on the heels of another firestorm in the court. Just days ago, on the 26th of March, the Supreme Court had to intervene and stay another troubling verdict from the same court, the Allahabad High Court. The order shockingly stated that grabbing a woman's breast and pulling the drawstrings of her pajamas does not amount to attempted rape. Let that sink in. This is what the Allahabad High Court had said, something that immediately the Supreme Court had to step in and stop. The top court slammed the observation as totally insensitive and called it inhuman. So can you believe it? A rape victim is publicly shamed yet again in court while the accused walks free on bail. Is this the justice system that we trust? Is this how we treat rape survivors? Can such judges deliver justice when they allow a rape accused to roam free while the victim faces the humiliation? Simple question we are going to ask you. Where is the justice? Let me go across to Trisha Shetty, who's joining us, an activist. Also, Shoni Kapoor joins us, a men's rights activist. Let me go across to you first, Trisha. Where is the justice? And unfortunately, this is not just societal stigma. This is not just ostracization of women who have been victims of gruesome sexual crimes against them. This is a court. This is a judge who said she asked for it.
Look, a few important things, right? So Justice Sanjay Kumar here, who delivered this verdict, said that the victim is a student of MA and therefore she is competent enough to understand the morality and significance of her act. Let's extend this logic. Justice Sanjay Kumar is a student of law, has studied law extensively. So he should know what the definition of rape says under the BNS. Under the definition of rape, there's a very clear explanation for what consent is. And it says, if a woman's consent is taken at a time of giving such consent by reason of unsoundness of mind or intoxication, by admission of her personally or through any other person, she is unable to understand the nature and consequences of that to which she has given consent. And another exception also says when she's unable to communicate consent. So the law is very clear on this matter. If a woman is intoxicated, has consumed alcohol, has consumed drugs, it doesn't matter if she's voluntarily consumed it, if someone else has forced her to consume it. Any consent that she gives under these circumstances is regarded as vitiated under the eyes of the law. That is, she didn't know the nature of what she gave consent to. Ergo, it is rape. And we've had progressive judgments. We've had a judgment in Bombay where a sessions court convicted and sentenced 4 people to rigorous 20 years of imprisonment after a 30-year-old was gang raped. And in her case, they said, oh, she consumed toddy, she was out watching a dance.
Oh, well, there seems to be a problem. We'll just try and reconnect with Trisha. Let me go across to Shoni Kapoor. Shoni Kapoor, as you just heard Trisha say, that no means no. There is no ambiguity. It's surprising that the judge, someone who's there to deliver justice if a crime has been committed, would give out a statement such as this, that she called for it, she asked for it.
So I understand that at this point of time, this judgment is more of an ammunition for women who talk about that a lot of crimes happen against women. But let us look at the circumstances and all the circumstances.
Ammunition, I am sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Ammunition for women. Here's the problem here, when you seem to blur the line between the victim and the perpetrator.
So please listen me out. Once you have said, I have listened to you, and now please listen me out. It is an ammunition because there is a judgment, and just because there is one line which shows some insensitivity, and I agree that it shows some insensitivity. Please understand, it is a bail order. It is not an order of acquittal. It is a bail order, and bail order depends upon many other things, and one has to see the liberty of the accused also. And in this particular case, and if you see this in this particular case, if both the people are drunk, why the onus of decision making, that he is making the right decision or she is making the right decision, should be on male only? If both are drunk, and I understand no means no, and there is no denial about it. No means no, but
I don't understand. I fail to understand, Shoni Kapoor. What do you mean? The decision making, it was rape.
No,
it was not a decision.
Exactly. This is what I mean.
Rape is not a decision by a woman, Shoni Kapoor.
If both of them are drunk and they go willingly to a place, and in between, I don't know whether there was a no, whether there was a communication of no, but when you read this judgment, the judgment says something about medical evidence, something about the consent, something about being drunk, and then it says something about morality also. So please understand that.
And based on that understanding of morality, which lies apparently on a master's student, this man was given bail.
So please understand that morality is just
morality
one factor.
Lies on the woman.
Morality is just one factor.
Morality should lie on the woman. Should it?
So morality should lie on both people. Why it should lie only on
It should
men?
lie on a rape victim. Trisha Shetty,
No, why
morality
it should lie
lies on
only
the rape
man?
victim.
My question is why it should lie only on man?
If it was a decision, a rape is a decision.
No, rape is a decision. Please understand there is informed consent, and I don't think that there is any coercion which has been mentioned. Yes, there in this judgment, when you see this judgment,
Trisha
and you
Shetty, come in.
Yes.
Can
Trisha
I
Shetty,
speak?
come in.
Okay. So look, if you walk like a duck and talk like a duck, you are a duck. If you talk like a moron, I'm going to call you a moron. This
No
panelist has
personal
said...
comments, please.
I mean, I'm sorry, but don't come here and say morality. You're talking about informed consent. Informed consent here in itself is very clear. She was incapable of giving informed consent. Follow your logic through. She was intoxicated. The counsel for the applicant here has said that the woman stayed in the bar till 3 a.m. And since she needed support, since she needed support, she agreed to go to the house of the applicant. That in itself is a testament to you that she was not in a right state of mind to give informed consent. Why is this based on the man? Because he raped her. If he was the one who was raped by another individual, then we could have a whole other discussion based on why in India rape against men is not looked at as a crime.
Please go through the complete judgment and read also.
I have. I am a lawyer. I am a lawyer. I have actually gone through the complete judgment.
Shoni Kapoor, Trisha has read the judgment.
I am a lawyer, sir. I have actually read through the complete
If she
judgment.
must hear you, you are talking about morality, how it cuts both ways.
Are
So
you a
does
lawyer?
understanding. So let's listen to each other as well. Trisha Shetty is a lawyer and an activist. Go ahead, Trisha.
I have worked in this space for the past of 10 years. I've visited multiple courts. I've visited multiple hospital rooms. I've visited multiple police stations. I know what it takes for people who say that they've been raped, what it takes to go through the process of seeking justice, right? So don't come at me with your please understand, ridiculous rhetoric. This is what the law very clearly says. The law says clearly, if at the time of giving consent you are intoxicated, you do not know the nature of what you gave consent to, ergo your consent is vitiated, ergo it is rape. So I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about the justice's interpretation of the law.
Shoni Kapoor, she's made a direct point. This is what the law says. This is where what the law says. Where's the ambiguity here? Shoni Kapoor, where's the ambiguity?
The does not corroborate the consent. When you speak about consent, I very well understand consent. And there
was no consent in this case. Then Shoni Kapoor, you'd agree.
That is a matter of trial. That is not a matter of bail. The bail cannot be denied on this ground. When there are two ways a thing can be understood, the thing has to be looked in from the standpoint of the accused at the time of bail. You cannot.
The bail was very much granted on this ground. Have you read the judgment? You're telling us to read the judgment.
Yes, I have read the judgment. Yes, I have read the judgment and I can read it to you. I can read it to you.
The bail was ground, Shoni Kapoor, can you deny it? Bail was ground on morality which lay on the victim. Can you deny that?
Yes, I very much deny that. I say that it is lack of medical corroboration and there is a delay of FIR and presumption of innocence.
Okay.
And no prior criminal record. These things also are there.
Also there.
So you have to understand that.
Also there. At least you are admitting that it is partly on morality as well. It is also there. Now you've changed what you were saying earlier.
I already said so that this remark is very insensitive. Please understand, I have already said so that this remark is very insensitive.
Trisha Shetty, what's wrong if the judge has said that this man can be given bail? Bail is the right for everyone instead of jail. So what's wrong if he got bail? Trisha.
On what grounds did the accused get bail? That is the problematic factor here that we need to talk about. This is the same High Court, this is the same Allahabad Court that very recently passed another judgment, which was also very disturbing, that said grabbing a woman's breasts and pulling the drawstrings of her pajama does not amount to rape, which the Supreme Court had to stay this order. So we're seeing time and again very problematic messaging coming out of this Allahabad High Court. Why is it problematic? Again, there's an accusation of rape. Look, 96% upwards of cases of crimes against women when it comes to rape is not by a stranger in a dark alley, it's by someone closely known to the survivor. These are the known statistics. So when you talk about this factor, victim blaming and shaming gets us nowhere. This is why the judgment that I cited earlier that came out of Bombay, the justice spoke about this. He said that rape in itself is so traumatizing on the survivor. Further victim shaming and blaming her only adds to further duress. To all these people here who are crying tears about you're making a case for whom? A rape accused? Is this what you want to defend? Like, really, is this what you want to defend? You want to defend someone who's not directly accused of rape?
Shoni Kapoor, is this what you want to defend?
Should not rape accused be defended? So I already said so that there are multiple things. Number one, lack of medical corroboration, then delay of lodging of FIR, the presumption of innocence, no past criminal record. Does not that things weigh in bail? The balance of liberty and trial process. Bail is not acquittal, please understand. Bail is not an acquittal order. So you mean to say that 40% of the ladies who resile from from accusations of rape.
Okay,
this could be
we are running
case.
out of time.
I have to.
Trisha Shetty, is this the problem? Is mindset the problem? We have the laws, but there are ambiguities, there are loopholes, and even judges are coming out when one order such as this after the other. Do we have to keep running back to the Supreme Court every time an order like this comes in? And as we have Shoni Kapoor also, this is the prevailing mindset, at least amongst some.
I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem becomes when you make this an issue about women's rights versus men's rights. This is not an issue of one gender versus the other gender. This is an issue of a survivor who has been allegedly subject to a gruesome crime of rape. This is an issue of lack of justice that's being provided. This is an issue where a justice has made very concerning remarks where he himself doesn't seem to have regard for the law and what the definition of rape under law says.
Absolutely. I think, Trisha, we're running out of time. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Trisha, as well as Shoni Kapoor for joining us. And I think it's a very valid point. This is not about men's right versus women's right. This is about providing justice. Justice to a rape victim. Justice should be the end goal. It's not a men versus women kind of a debate, because men too have stood up and fought for justice for women as well. Appreciate it, both of you joining us here on the show. Without a short break, don't go anywhere. I'll return in 2 minutes.